we reflected over 2019. If you have not caught that recording or spent time reflecting on your year last year, I invite you to go back to that video. It was super powerful. A lot of blocks were at least triggered, if not moved, to help you re-emerge as a stronger and better woman, man, leader, person in 2020. So very, very excited to be able to offer you today some visioning and specifically some admonition isn't the right word. That's super like old school. A lot of just a few lessons in setting your goals for the new year. You saw my post a couple of days ago in the Business Builders. Thought it was super profound to just we have lots of iPhone. First of all, hi, I'm Angela. For those of you in this new year who are joining us for the very first time, I see a lot of familiar faces on this first page.
Fun? This is kind of a Friday morning get together. It's fun.
But there might be people on here that have never been on our calls before, and I'm the wacky older sister. This is my mom, Deborah. And we, together with my sister-in-law, Andrea, and my brother, Aaron, and my sister-in-law, Sarah, and an expanded group of family, as my mom called it last night on our intro to business call, friends who are now family. We serve an amazing group of leaders with this team called Living Well Now. It's kind of a microcosm of the Team YL spirit here at Living Well Now, kind of put together. One of our biggest, most exciting times coming up in just a couple of months is Ignite. That's our large event in Phoenix on February 21st and 22nd. These are 2 full-day events given to you to help launch the goals that we're going to talk about today into action. So we've brought in some incredible speakers, leaders, people who've been in the field, who have accomplished their business goals and made it happen because of their tenacity and their personal development. They're going to share all about that. We have Nicole Perez coming, Jordan Trant, as well as Doc Ollie. We have amazing speakers even coming in on Friday, including Connie McDaniel, our Royal Crown Diamond. If you aren't following her, follow her. We also have incredible speakers like Richard and Kimmy Brook. A lot of you have signed up for Richard's Run Through Rank program that he has going on for the next 60 days. It'll be fun to culminate, kind of connect with him in the toward the end of that to kind of re-energize your efforts. He has been in the industry for 40 years. They had their own network marketing company and actually chose to sell it to become Young Living distributors. And if you haven't seen their video on why they made that decision and you're questioning your decision, I think it's a great one from someone in the field that really underscores the values and product quality and vision that Young Living has, which were huge in them making the decision to be here. So you can certainly Google Richard Bliss Brook Young Living, and you can find the YouTube video where he and his sponsor Adam Green talk, and actually Kimmy and Vanessa too, talk about why this company and why now. My mom and I taught the Intro to Business call last night. Every Thursday night at 6 o'clock, we let people know about why we are doing what we're doing. And this was significant to share about people are at the beginning of the year making all sorts of resolutions, goals, especially at the beginning of the roaring 20s. I keep seeing that all over social media. What are the next 10 years going to bring? And so when people are considering their income goals, their contingency plan, if something doesn't work out, their retirement in the next 10 years, kids going to college, I mean, that's a big span of time. And if they're making those considerations now, why not also put in front of them the option to become a business owner and start a network marketing career? And I'm not sure why I got off on that tangent, except to say, if this is your first time here, good morning. Welcome to our coaching call. We do this every morning at on Fridays at 7 a.m. Arizona time, which currently is on Mountain Standard Time.
Well, I'll tell you maybe why you talked about that is for those of you who have taught our Intro to Biz class or have participated in it, it's an amazing section at the beginning of Lifestyle 1 and Lifestyle 2. And lifestyle one is the one that's typical for all of us. We're an employee and we work the 25 to 30 years. And that was John and me. That was us. We had a career in public education where we worked 25 years outside the home for our jobs, J-O-B. And then we teach about lifestyle two, where you can shorten that 5 to 10 whatever years for yourself in network marketing as a network marketing professional. So we were saying last night on the call, it doesn't matter what age you are when you start this profession, because you still have the same 4 to 5, 7 to 10 years to create an income stream for yourself. So that's one of the things that we were sharing about is no matter whether you're 16 or 18 or you're 68, it doesn't matter when you start this job. This is not a job, it's a profession that you can choose this business opportunity. So as you vision that for 2020, it doesn't matter, just get started.
So that's long-range goal planning, goal vision. Why are you here? What's driving you to spend the next 4 to 5 years working on your goals to earn a few $100s a month in part-time hours that's going to significantly change your financial future and perhaps your life? And so we're going to bring it back because you want to start with some long-range goal planning, but then you want to bring it back into some tangible goals. So I posted up, back to where we started. I posted up a graphic that says, I am blank. And you can use that as an affirmation starter. I am beautiful. I am worthy. I am enough. You can put a lot of things in there, but we particularly used it in this context in our Business Builders group to help you start to declare the next rank that would make this a significant difference in your life. What are you willing to struggle for to become the leader who is a silver, or become a gold, or become an executive? I had a chance to be with my friend Tracy yesterday. She's a Crown Diamond, lives here locally in Carlsbad, and she and I were talking about just the power of a few $100s a month. Not everyone is going to grow to Crown Diamond. Not everyone is going to grow to Diamond. Not everyone is going to grow to Silver. But getting people to that senior star executive vision, making a few $100s a month in part-time hours, is exactly where most families can start to make some different decisions about their financial future based on an extra few $100s coming in every month, plus the deductions that are possible because they're saving on taxes and that kind of thing. It's so refreshing. Tracy and Trevor are at a point where Trevor doesn't work outside the home. Tracy doesn't work outside the home, but they tag team parenting. And we were laughing last night about routines and schedules and how to balance all of that. Trevor is the designer of Oily Trends, which is a statistics app that you can use. It's very, very easy to find some important statistics, and I'm telling you that because we're going to look at what you should be tracking, because this is a bona fide business. That's where we're starting today. This is your bona fide business, and a bona fide business in schools, in corporations, and anywhere else, keep track of their numbers. And reflecting on 2019, what were your trends? What was your ER percentage in 2019? Where did you not keep track of your monthly goals and you need to go back to your virtual office and pull in some numbers? We encourage everybody on our team to keep monthly statistics as if you were the CEO or CFO of a company who was trying to hit black, right? You're trying to keep your team in budget. This is the same kind of thing that we're encouraging you to do. So what you can download from our website is a copy of this. This is the abundance tracker. I know y'all are here somewhere. Okay, the abundance tracker that everyone should have a fresh copy of for 2020. You can fill it in, and there are multiple. I'm also going to tell you, our leaders are amazing, and they have altered this and changed it and made it better than it is right here. But if you're just looking for the basics and you're just getting started, then this is where you start to write down, what is your income goal with Young Living? Monthly, yearly? What's your ending rank goal for the year? Where are you starting 2020? And I encourage you, call it out. I am. Make your name into an affirmation. Name this, make this into a document that is living and breathing and dynamic, because every month you're going to pull it out and you're going to set goals for the coming month and you're going to track end. Now, like I said, some of you may not have your 2019 one filled out. I encourage you to go back and pull some very important statistics so that you know where you're headed in January, where you're headed in February, where you're headed in March. And this is where you're going to put in. I want to clarify because, again, some of you may be brand new to keeping track of statistics. Some of you may be brand new to our business, our team. And so this is the simplified version of what do these things mean. And if you decide to track some of it and not all of it, fine, but track something. Only track what you want to see change. If you want to see your team grow, if you want to see your OGV grow, track those things. So this is what we've got. Total members. If you have 4 people on your team right now, then your goal in January is to have at least 6, maybe even 8 on your team, to double that number. But what are you starting the month with? How many members? This is based on the program that's now called Level Up, Help 5. One of the things they did is they went back to all the diamonds and above and started to ask them, and Richard Brooke is really genius at this in his interviewing, but they asked them, what are the things that keep your business growing? And they all had this in common. They're enrolling people every month and they are helping people get on Essential Rewards. They are enrolling people every month and they are helping them get on Essential Rewards. Nothing more fancy than that. Not a special Instagram account, not a cute little website, not anything but enrolling people and helping them get on Essential Rewards. So if those other things are on your goal, but you don't have enrollments and Essential Rewards growing every month, get your goals back in check and keep track of 5 points for yourself every single month. That should be on everyone's abundance tracker. It's my goal to have 5, 10, 15, whatever it is. 2 people I enroll, 3 people on Essential Rewards. Or 2 people I enroll on Essential Rewards, 3 people that are already on my team that I help enroll on Essential Rewards. Okay, so you can enroll 1, help 4 people get on Essential Rewards. Enroll 4, get one of your other members on Essential Rewards. Any configuration of that. That's what the top leaders do every single month, is they help 5. So that's why it's still there. It doesn't go along with the Level Up promo that Young Living has going on right now, but it does speak to what will continue to grow your business, what they found most people can do. Next, this is not new members. We took that out a couple of years ago for this reason. You can have one really strong enroller on your team. You may be her or him, and you may be enrolling 6+ a month and become a super enroller. But if your team only has you as an enroller, your team isn't duplicating success. So how can you encourage more people on your team to each reach 1 in each month? I highly encourage, if you are an executive leader and your enroller number is at 3 or 4, that your enroller goal, they say, according to statistical people, your enrollers should be at least 10. At least 10 people. So check how many enrollers you have, how many people enrolled new people in December, and then set your goal accordingly for January. You can find that statistic really, really easily on Trends, but you can also find it on Oily Tools, or if your team is small enough, you can go in and count who enrolled people. Pull up your new member list from December and go in and count and write down the people's names of those who enrolled others. I'll tell you, my other favorite statistic to track with this one is first-time enrollers. Someone who has fallen in love with the product, didn't come in as a business builder, but is on Essential Rewards, loves the product, and decided to share with a friend or family member. Oily Trends pulls up first-time enrollers as a report on the side, super, super easy. I recommend some sort of stat tracking app like Trends or Tools by Senior Star. As a star, your team is probably small enough that you can do a lot of this stuff. But if you're a senior star, it ends up being like $60 a year or $5.99 a month to be able to have one of these apps that I've been talking about today, Oily Tools or Oily Trends, that can help make the statistic finding really easy. This is coming from the girl who worked really hard for her A's in math. That's the best way I can say it. That's the best way I can say it.
Great conscious language.
All right. I'm hoping that y'all in the chat are answering each other. Super cool, super cool, super cool. Okay, cool. The next goal then, of course, is OGV, your organizational group volume. So that's how much volume everyone's orders together, including yours, totals up to be. Organizational group volume. Now, to be a senior star, write in the comments, I want to know, what's an OGV for a senior star? What do you have to have in order to be a senior star? Does anybody know? What's the OGV necessary for a senior star? What's the OGV for an executive? Thanks, Christina, 2,000. Executive needs to be 4,000 with, executive needs what? 2 legs at 1,000. 2 teams, two leaders at 1,000. Awesome. 2 legs at 1,000. Perfect.
Good question. Do I need both? And
so Trends does a lot of the same things Tools does. The only reason I have both right now is because on Tools I can text directly from Tools because I have the personal information of my members in Oily Tools. And Trends doesn't pull the personal data. They only pull the statistics for your tracker. So if you have a different way of communicating with your team, maybe use email from Virtual Office, maybe you use text numbers through Project Broadcast, that's irrelevant, but I think it's super easy to find addresses and phone numbers on Tools. Okay, yeah, and man, same. I will use, depending on what I'm looking for, but Trends just gets better and better. Like, you know how hard it is to sometimes look at your Virtual Office on your phone if you log into youngliving.com. Trends actually just pulled up that downline viewer into a mobile-friendly version so that you can easily click through your team. Super, super easy. Lots of things. Very cool. Okay, so thank you, guys. So OGV, senior star, executive. All right, I want to know, silver. What's the OGV required for silver? I'm going to spend some time here for a second. 10,000 plus 2 legs at 4,000 and your personal group volume at 1,000. Thanks for specifying that, Shauna. What that means is, in addition to your 100 PV and your 2 legs at 4,000, you have other team members who are purchasing product to bring your personal group volume to 1,000. Sorry.
Including your own order.
Including your own order plus your others. They have to be outside those separate legs of 4,000 each. So truly, if you have 2 legs at 4,000, they don't get counted in that personal group volume anymore. So you can't just build, when you're looking at strategic placement, you just can't build in 2 legs alone. That's why the Rising Star Team Bonus is set up to help you build out wide. Now, I'm not going to go down all these bonus structure roads. Leaders, silvers and aboves, elites that are on the call today, be aware that your team members who are on this call may need extra training or videos or coaching on the specifics of Rising Star Team Bonus, Fast Start Bonus, that kind of stuff today.
I will say here that this is our 1,000-dare vision. Right here, this 10,000, 2 legs at 4,000 plus your 1,000 PGV as you work on your Rising Team Bonus. So 1,000-dare vision is our goal, and it's part of our business event, Ignite. Ignite is rising up 1,000-dares. It's an opportunity to bring members who have that vision of being 1,000-dare. So FYI, this is where we are focusing, and that means you are rising up stars and senior stars and executives to get yourself to be a thousandaire?
So I saw a lot of people posted in the I am thread, and a lot of you have declared thousandaire status in 2020 to Andrea and I's video last week. And so what I noticed is that goal, whether it's at convention time in June or it's by the end of the year, if 10,000 OGV is your goal and silver is your goal, then I would encourage you to reverse engineer your goal back so that you can have attainable goals in January, February, and March. In this first quarter, get yourself to a position. If it's silver by the end of the year, double that back, and you have 2 enrollers right now on your team in January. Now double it up to 4 in February. Work on your ER percentage being at least 40% ER percentage. Work on developing executive leaders, like Mom said, more stars, more senior stars. Really focus on bringing up new rankers, helping people enroll for the very first time. Those are the strategies that you can be doing in quarter one, January, February, March, to help impact that end of year goal to be silver. But it takes planning to do it right now. It's not, one of the things I learned the hard way was I thought if I put it on the paper and I just declared it, that, over time things would just expand. But they don't expand without your attention and your intention to grow them. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like Nan says, set up an appointment or ask your leader to help you reverse engineer your goal if that is what you've got going on. Andrea and I'm just going to clarify, we talked yesterday for like 4.5 hours. And that's leadership, right? That's leadership. And one of the things we wanted you to know is that we've written down your names from the video. Those people who said, I'm declaring thousandaire status in 2020. I'm not looking back. I'm in, all toes in, feet in, all the things. And we will be, we're going to be talking to our elite leaders about making sure that you are touched by their coaching, intentionally being pushed and challenged and encouraged. That's my sweet, more yellow word, helping word, encouraged rather than pushed. But we're going to be working with them to make sure that you don't get lost in the shuffle. And we're also going to be taking on some of you who don't have elite leaders to be part of each of us, to just really have your names down, focus on who those people are, and really give you some set apart attention to help make that happen. So your elite leaders will do that naturally, but we'll also be calling them out to let them know that this is something that you've declared and to help you walk that backwards. So awesome. We choose to have more thousandaires on this team. We know that a few $100s a month can change lives, and $1,000 a month is priceless. Not everyone has to be a millionaire in this business, but thousandaires, we want to rank those up like nothing. So silver is the goal.
Shauna, will you come live for a minute and talk about behaviors? Because goal setting is huge, but talk about what a behavior is. How you present yourself. Can you
are you in a position to do that, girlie?
Sure, why not? I just crawled out of bed, so but I got my cool red, blue blocking glasses on, so that makes everything better. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, one of the things I'm really choosing to focus on this year is I love goals. I'm a red personality. I'm a challenge-oriented person. I don't need to necessarily have a challenge against other people. I don't need to ever necessarily win against other people. Sometimes that's very rewarding for me, but I like to win against myself too. So I'm very quiet goal achiever sometimes because I just want to know that side of things. But so I do love goals and I'm motivated by goals, but something that has really triggered in my mindset is to focus on behaviors that are going to achieve that goal. So if I am going for thousandaire status and yet my behavior is still procrastination, I'm not going to achieve my goal of thousandaire status. And so I really have to wake up in the morning and learn how to make those phone calls first thing in the morning, or whatever I'm procrastinating on first thing in the morning, so that my behaviors are changing so that my goal is achieved. So that's just a very simple example of that. But I'm looking at what other kinds of behaviors, if you been around me much, I am obsessed with conscious language and thinking. And if our behavior is to constantly be in the negative and our words are in the negative and we're speaking, even if we're not even, some of us don't even realize, but if we're saying things like, I'm so overwhelmed, I just don't have time, these are behaviors that cannot actually align with 1,000-air or 10,000-air vision or goal. They actually cannot be part of the same thing. If this is what we're behaving all the time, that we feel so overwhelmed and we're behaving as if we're overwhelmed and we are exhausted, and we just, these are the kinds of things that we have to start to transition and transform in order to get there. Or if we're constantly speaking over our well, I just don't know anybody, or I don't have any business builders, or I don't know if I can do this, I'm not worthy, or I have this obstacle in the way. These are all things that that are just going to keep you in the same place that you're at. You can set whatever goal you want to, but it's not going to get there unless the behavior changed. I'm sad, very sad, that I missed a special time with Connie McDaniel, our Royal Crown Diamond. But one of the things that I heard that she said there was that you really have to be a different person every rank that you get. And I remember her saying that to me 5 years ago at GoPro. She said, every rank is a new place that you are as a human being. And if we are choosing to stay in the same old patterns, the same old behaviors, that is absolutely the definition of insanity. Choosing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. You have to change behavior in order to get a different result. So hopefully that clarifies a little bit, like what in your 2020 routine, what in your behavior, your mindset, your attitude, your emotion, your financial spending habits, what are you not tracking? What are you making excuses for? Well, I'm not good with numbers, or I don't like people, or I'm too shy. These are all behaviors that will not allow you to achieve whatever your said goal is. So that's where I'm at this year, is looking at behaviors.
Absolutely.
Including wearing cool new red glasses. So there you go.
Absolutely crucial. Thank you for sharing that. And a couple of ways that we are setting intention. And setting an intention is to change a behavior is the 21 days of prayer that's going on right now in Business Builders. This is one way that you can make a change in your life, is intentional prayer time, and be able to change some of those and set an intention with God, with yourself, to look at your vision and what does that look like. Connie also referred to this in our leadership meeting. This is another book. This was written in 1925. Same amazing principles, using some scripture and using some language, like exactly like Shauna said, is we have to breathe into I am worthy. I am worthy of this business, and really have it in all of the fibers in your body. And so by saying it and declaring it, that's part of vision and goal setting for 2020. So I'm excited about this, and this is exactly where Ignite is going, as with the 1,000-air vision, is setting an intention for being 1,000-air. So if you have not said yes to Ignite yet, please talk to your leader, your silver leader, to see why it is valuable to attend this event, to again set intention for yourself.
Awesome. Before you get to Ignite though, get your abundance trackers filled out, look at the year, make some notes, change some things, reach out to somebody and help them fill out their abundance tracker, maybe for the very first time. We wouldn't expect the CEO of Target to run that business without a financial plan, and you need to have yours in line as well. That's what we're trying to say today. I know many of you have been practicing this for a long time, and we're super excited for what that looks like. Maybe this is one of those behaviors Shauna's talking about that you've resisted up until this point, like some of you not taking Ningxia Red daily for years on end. In the same way, habits start with little changes, and behaviors start by doing the work. So set aside some time today, call up a friend, get your abundance tracker filled out. That you can find loads of content about it in our business builders group. If you still need more information, the Propel book from Nicole Perez has some awesome pages on reverse engineering your goal. Pull out those resources, but get it done so that you can start to put your action into place, note what those behaviors are, and choose to become the leader of your dreams. You have found who you've been looking for. We might have seen Frozen 2 this week. It's so good. All right. Many, many, many blessings. Shauna, thanks for that last piece from John Maxwell. Upward goals with downward habits will not get us to where we need to go. So upgrade your habits so that you can reach those upgraded goals in 2020. Thanks for joining us for this call this morning, you all. See you next week.